SimWorld, what's up? What it do? You know what time it is. The number one show in SimWorld. We're back again, baby, and it is Freaky Friday. This is BLAZIN Takes. I am Rick Blaze, and of course, my host is with me, Siege. How we doing, good brother?
Oh, dude, I'm ecstatic. It's Friday. It's finally here. The weekend. Let's SimWorld, Rick. Let's jump right into it. Get the weekend stuff off right.
The water is wet. Let's go ahead and jump in. Hey, so let's start off like this. The signings are happening. We know the soft commitments, the engagement period is happening officially on this Sunday. Make sure you guys are locked in to SimWorld all weekend long. It's going to be going down. And then the actual marriage, the certificate takes place on August the 8th. Now, but we're going to move a little bit from the players. Let's talk about the teams. I want to know, Siege, what two rival teams or beef or friendly company, whatever they want to put it on. I call it a rival. What two rival teams are you most looking forward to seeing play this season against each other in SimWorld?
Look, I'll tell you what. There's some good rivalries out there. I think Run DMV Beast of the East is still up there for the atmosphere, but I'm not sure that the levels the two will be at.
I don't think the levels not up there no more. I'll tell you the levels drop on DMV side.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what I am looking forward to, and I'm hoping this becomes a bigger rivalry with a little more oomph to it. And I think it's going to be heated this year because I think both teams are going to end up having a much better roster than we're expecting. Lone Star and H-Town Hoopers.
Man.
I think that could be nice. I know Mardon already, verbally committed to Lone Star. Rumors are floating around about Arthur Lattimore going home to Lone Star. I mean, there is some stuff out there. People are talking about Lone Star. People are talking about Lone Star being kind of quiet this offseason, but I think they're building something. I think we're about to have a great roster out there. And then H-Town, they already got some pieces returning that are great. Tyrell Thompson.
Right.
If him and Arthur Lattimore are battling down low, it's gonna be aggressive. You got Vincent Magic out there, and they got so many good recruits out of Houston this year. You got Kai Killens, who's been a standout. Almighty Saul, who arguably has the best name in all of SimWorld Prep.
Agreed.
What are you going to call this dude Almighty and then say you want him on your team? Like, he's Almighty. Let's get this guy over here. So I think that battle for Texas is going to be a good one this year.
Yeah, that's the two teams I hope has a really good rival this year. I think last year it was kind of ho-hum. I think SimWorld, Lord knows I need it. I hope, because in real life, Dallas and Houston is like that. It's a real rival, for real. We don't fool with the Cowboys, Cowgirls, at all. It's a real deal situation. I don't give. Yeah, that's just what it is. So I hope that becomes a really good rival. Last season, it was just okay. But I hope it becomes real. I'm with you with that. I hope that happens. But the game that I already feel like is already a rival, and it kind of picked up a little bit yesterday. I feel like I was glad. I'm not gonna lie. I'm glad to see it. I want to get it started now. Let's go ahead and get the chirping going. Showtime versus Bay Area, baby. I just love those two teams locking horns like two horny bulls trying to get to the lady. Like that, I just love when the two coaches said a little back and forth yesterday in the thread, and I like it. I'll tell you what, I like it. I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. Showtime and Bay Area to me is the number one rival, I feel. And now this is interesting saying this. Because usually a rival means that the teams take turns beating up on each other. And actually, Showtime won every game against Bay Area last season. So, from a win-loss perspective, I guess you couldn't call it a rival, but we all know it's a rival, man. It's a rival. Can you imagine one more year of Trey Hyman versus Corey Yams, and especially now that Corey Yams, we assume it's gonna be more of the forefront for Showtime. Oh man, and then you got
if Corey Yams is coming back, that Corey Yams Trey Hyman matchup should be premier prime time television. You know what I mean?
That should be The Rock and Stone Cold. I think it should be that kind of build up. It should be The Rock versus Stone Cold. If those two teams are playing out the way I think they're going to play out, if the lineups are going to play out and the players are going to play out the way I think it's going to lay out, that's The Rock versus Stone Cold every time they match up.
I could agree with that. I could. That's high praise. That's high praise. But I think it
That's
could
really
live
high
up to it.
praise.
It could live up to it.
It can live up to. I think they're some of the biggest names in SimWorld. Um, they're some of the biggest guys on the court. And they're playing for two of the biggest teams in SimWorld. So I think like it has all the makings of just electrifying every time they match up. So I'm looking forward to that. I think that's the number one rival. I would love someone to put it in the Discord a rival they think. See, I know someone's going to say the rematch Southeast Select versus Beast East, but it's not. It's not a rival because
It's not
Southeast
a
Select lost
rivalry.
the guys.
That's not a
They
rivalry.
lost their guy. You lost
It'll
Trey
be a
Turner.
great
It's not
game.
the same.
It'll be a great game, but it's not a rivalry.
It's not a rivalry. You gotta see. Rivalry has to have a few things. It has to have certain players have to be in common, or at least on the opposite end of the spectrum, either the players or the coaches. The teams have to be some kind of way pitted against each other. Uh, and there has to be that natural distaste, or at least the desire to one up somebody to be a real. I think Showtime versus Bay Area for right now. I think it's the number one rival. You guys put in the comments in the threads what y'all think is the number one rival coming into next season. All right, let's move on. Our next topic we're gonna get into. We talked about the rivals and the teams that we think is going to be the rivals for next season. Let's get into duos. We talked about a little bit. We know they came down the pipeline, NBA trade. Dame and Giannis is the new duo in for the Milwaukee Bucks. My question to you, Siege, is Dame and Giannis the best duo in the NBA right now? Now that they're together, do you foresee them for this upcoming season them being the best duo in the NBA?
Look, I'm gonna preface this by saying it's known by now. I'm an avid Bucks fan. I have been for quite a while now, and so my bias is there. I won't say that I can completely excuse my bias, but I think if you really think about it, I see no reason they're not the best duo in the league. You got people always talking about if Steph and Shaq were a duo, or even Steph and Giannis, like they would be completely unstoppable. Well, let's stop and be real for a second. This Dame Giannis duo that we're seeing is probably as close as we're ever gonna see to Steph and Giannis. Because realistically, now that Dame's there, I don't see Giannis heading out. Now the question is whether or not Dame actually plays, but I'm hoping the Bucks front office didn't decide to pull trigger on that trade without confirmation
Without
from
knowing,
Dame that he was going to play.
without knowing
But I mean, look,
that
to me, like those are two of the hardest to guard. I think Giannis is the most unguardable player in the league right now. The only other guy who I would say maybe is above him right now is Jokic, but it's a tight race there. And then Dame is up there too. I mean, how are you going to guard both of those guys? You double team Giannis down in the post. Dame's going to find his way free. He's be wide open. You got Dame
well,
dribbling the ball. You got to go double team him or something, bro. Giannis going to cut to the. I don't see a duo that has more star power or is better than them. Maybe more talented somewhere, but not better.
now I'm going to disagree with you, my curly head friend. I'm going to disagree with you on this one. First of all, let me man, this finna be some not safe takes. They finna throw the monkey wrench at me. I don't think I don't think personally Giannis is unguardable. I think when you have a person who has a known limitation in their game, you can now he's great, so you can't shut him down, but you can make him not as effective. We know we just it's now you got to play it smartly. I'm not gonna get into the ins and outs because I want to be all day with this, but we know he's not a great shooter, and he more often than not he's not gonna beat you with his jump shot, especially from 3-point land. So the problem is people take it too liberally. Instead of backing up 3 feet, they back up 12 feet and let him get all the way in the lane. Once you get to the free throw line, Daddy, it's over with. You're dog meat then.
Greg, I
So
get
I
it.
think
I get it. He's
the
not the
teams
best three
play him
point
wrong.
shooter, whatever. He's not the best 3 point shooter. We're talking about a guy who had arguably the greatest finals performance in NBA history. You go look at games.
That's a lot.
It's
A
not a
lot.
lie.
That's saying a
It's not
lot.
a lie. It's not a
That's a
lie.
lot. That's
It's
saying a
not a
lot,
lie.
Steve.
You.
That's a lot.
There's no doubt in my mind it was a top three performance in finals history. And that's that. You can look at the numbers. You can go by what you want. You can tell me, oh, you weren't around to watch this or watch this. Go by the numbers. And if you watch, he was unstoppable. He was unstoppable. They did everything they could to stop him, and it did not matter.
Yeah, I don't think they're the best two. Here's my best two coming to the season. This is gonna be a no safe. This is gonna be a hot take. Now I have to put this caveat on top of this answer though. if they are healthy.
I already know
I have
who
to
you're
say
going to say, and I don't disagree, but they're not
that.
going to be healthy. I already know what you're
If
going to say because I
they
agree. Because,
are healthy,
nah, bro. Okay, go ahead and say it.
LeBron James and Anthony
Oh,
Davis
that's not
is
what
the
I thought you
best
were going to say.
duo in the NBA if they are healthy. Uh, uh, uh,
I thought you were going to say. I'll be honest.
AD, AD is a top 5 player when he's healthy. LeBron James is a top 5 player when he's healthy, but he's always
AD
healthy.
has never been better than Giannis.
What?
He's not better than Giannis, and he really never has been. He had a couple seasons where he hit his stride before Giannis did, but he is not better than Giannis.
What?
He's not better than Giannis.
Oh my God!
Show me
This
what,
this
show me
show
what
this
makes him
shows
better.
us really this show is taking a slight dip for the worse. AD is not better than Giannis.
He is not better than Giannis.
Oh my God! What? Let me ask a different question. What is it that Giannis can do besides health? Obviously, what is it that Giannis can do that AD can't? Let's solve it this way.
I mean,
What can Giannis do that AD? Because I know a lot of things AD can do that Giannis can't. But let me ask you this. Let me go the other way. Since you said Giannis is better, what is it that Giannis can do that AD cannot do?
he can be the. But I mean, what do you mean? He averaged.
I know you're stuttering. You should be stuttering because that question was made to
Look,
stump you.
do you want
Because
to
there is
talk?
no answer
Do
for
you
that.
want to talk about who's a more talented player? Because we're talking.
No. I asked a specific question, Siege. What is it? Because if he's better, then he got to be able to do better things than the other person you say he's better than, right? That's what better means.
Okay.
That means I do what you do,
First of all,
I can do it better.
better. That's not what better means. That means more
Yes.
physical, maybe. That's not what better means. That's what.
I bet if you score 5 points a game, I score 10 points a game, I'm a better scorer than you.
Okay, you want to look at head-to-head matchup because Giannis has better averages.
No, I don't know. I don't know that I don't know that. Hell, AD probably didn't play half the head matchups. He don't play all the time. My question, I'm back to my original question, and I'm gonna be quiet so you can answer. What does Giannis does on the basketball court that AD doesn't do it that he does better than AD does?
I mean, he's a better interior player than AD is.
Oh
Without
my
question.
God.
AD plays like he's a 6'6" guard, fading away in the post all the time. Giannis actually uses his size.
That's because he can't shoot. That's why Giannis ain't fading away because he can't fade away.
So
If Giannis could fade away, I promise you, Giannis wishes he could fade away some of the time. He just can't.
Dude, that's such a dumb argument. That's such a dumb argument. That's like saying, oh, well, yeah, Shaq only dominated inside because he couldn't shoot. No, because he was better. And you score how you score. And that's like saying, like, oh, man, that guy, like, didn't take a single jump shot. He just scored inside because he was bigger.
But you can't. But you
couldn't stop him. But you couldn't
But
stop him.
you can't say with a serious face that Giannis is a better interior scorer than Anthony Davis is.
He's the most dominant interior player like in the league right now, and that's not even a question.
Oh my God,
dude!
How do we get here? And I don't hate. Let me say this. I don't hate Giannis at all, and I'm not some homer for Anthony Davis. I am a homer for LeBron James, but I'm not a homer for Anthony Davis.
That's valid.
Because technically, if you want, if technically, I could give you the argument that Giannis is better. If you were to say to me what I would say to somebody who asked me this question, if somebody would tell me that, I would say, well, you know what? The best ability is availability, and AD is never available. Cool. If that's your argument, then Giannis is better than AD. A lot of people better than AD, and I can't argue that if you're talking about availability.
Well, what you're asking about skills. You're saying what does he do better? The question.
What does he do better?
Okay, so that question is who's the more talented player, and AD is the more talented player.
No, but you say Giannis does score inside better than Anthony Davis does.
Yes.
Oh my gosh!
Dude,
when this show is over,
dude, I want you.
When this show is over, when they tear you up in this seat, when they tear you up in this chat, when this show is over, remember I said it.
You're so out of touch with what Giannis has done, like in the league in the past couple of years. How quick are we to forget what he did in the finals? 2 games with 40 and 10. Nobody other than Shaq has ever done that, and then a 50-point game on top of that. We're talking about he scored 40 plus in 3 out of 6 games in a finals series. Name me one other player who has ever done that.
Well, you just said no one has, so I can't name you no one if you said they haven't. I don't have the answer at the top of my head, so I don't know.
So that's what he does better.
I don't know
He
who
leads
done
the
it.
team to the finals and he dominates. Which at the end of the day, you can be as talented as you want. You can shoot a pretty ass jump shot all you want, but at the end of the day, if you're not winning, what does it matter? AD needed LeBron to win. You know who Giannis needed? Chris Middleton, who is a great player, but Giannis is a true number one. He is a true alpha number one. He is the guy. You're telling me right now, if you're starting a franchise, you're gonna pick Anthony Davis over Giannis.
If Anthony Davis can guarantee me to play 82 games, yes.
Okay, that's a lot of
If
ifs. That's a
Anthony,
lot of
if
ifs.
I
Yeah,
can,
yeah.
if I can know for sure,
And if I was 6'10" and had a 40-inch vert, I'd be in the NBA. But like,
if I can, you ask me hypothetical. If all things are considered equal as far as the injury is concerned, let's put all their injuries on 80, right? If everybody injury was the same and that part is equal, I'm taking AD. Yes, absolutely. He can do
you're
more
taking
on the
AD.
basketball court. He can flat out do more. Anything Giannis can do, AD can do. Except AD can do some other things really well that Giannis can't do.
AD is not as good of a ball handler as Giannis is. There's that too.
What?
He's not.
AD started off as a ball handler. He was a guard before he got this growth spurt. What are you talking about?
Dude, all of
AD's
this,
a really
dude,
good
you're
ball
just
handler. Now he might.
you are just
Let,
riding AD. You are just
let me.
riding AD.
No.
Because
I'm telling you
play,
facts.
he's so
I'm
talented.
telling you
Dude,
facts.
that's like saying Kyrie Irving is the best point guard of all time because there's nothing any point guard could do that Kyrie can't do. Like Kyrie's the most talented point guard of all time. That doesn't make him
No,
the
he
best.
can't. Kyrie can't do what Magic does. No, that's not true. That's what I'm saying. Every time you talk about the greatest, I can name somebody that I feel the greatest, and they do things the other person can't do. That's why they're better. That's the whole to me. That's the whole definition. Kyrie can't play center. He can't do triple doubles every night like Magic can do.
But
He can't
but
guard two.
that's a size
But
thing.
so
That's a size.
Kyrie can't do. I mean, yeah, he don't have the body type, but it is what it is. That's what makes LeBron James who he is. His body type is a freak
He
nature.
was more talented.
I mean, I guess you could say that. I'm not going to argue.
And that's what
I'm not going to argue. I mean,
you
could say I could,
right.
look.
You are 100% right that AD can do more on a basketball court when healthy. That's a big win than Giannis can. He is a more talented player than Giannis. But that doesn't really matter when it comes down to it. You want a guy who's your alpha, who's going to go and score, who's going to be the guy, and isn't going to take a fade away when he's 7 foot against a 6'6" defender. And that's what AD does. He's soft. AD is soft, and you're not going to argue with me about whether or not he's soft because we all.
I'm not going to argue that.
Soft. So there's.
I'm not going to argue that. I'm not arguing that.
There is no way I'm taking AD to start my franchise with his soft, like get me away from the Pelicans, get me to LA with LeBron like self. Like, look, we all love LeBron. I'd love to play with LeBron, but I'm sorry, like he is not a true number one.
So let me just rehash what you said, and then we're gonna move on. You said just a few moments ago, you said AD can do more on the basketball court than Giannis can do. You said that.
Yes.
And then you said AD has more talent than Giannis does. But then you end that sentence, but Giannis is a better player. That math ain't mathing up, Siege, is all I'm saying. You saying the man can do more. You saying the man can do more on the court. You saying the man got more talent, but he's second best to him? That math ain't mathing up, Siege.
Rick, it does because there's more that goes into being a good NBA player than just pure talent. If we want to talk pure talent, Michael Beasley should still be a top 10 player in the league. Because talent-wise, dude, you catch Michael Beasley in an open gym, and he's beaten 98% of the NBA players today. But there is more that goes into being an NBA player than just talent. And I'm agreeing. Look, I agree. AD is the more talented, naturally talented player of the two. That is,
and he can do more. And he can do more on the court than Giannis can.
That's what talent is to me. He can do more on the court. He is more talented. But he is not a better.
And he does more on the court than what Giannis does.
He's not a better player, though. I don't think he does do more on the court.
Well, because he's not playing as many games. But when he's on the court, he does a lot.
Again,
he can run up.
When Michael Beasley's on the court at Lifetime Fitness, he does a lot. But is he on the court in an NBA game? No. So does it matter? I don't want him on my team if he's not going to play all the games. Like, no, I don't want him.
All right. look, we're gonna just. I love the debate, so we're gonna guys put it. Let's cuss and discuss like we already doing. We way over our time. I don't even have a pick and roll. We're gonna just pick and pop this thing up out of here. Put it in the chat. Cuss and discuss. AD or Giannis? Who are you taking? Let's keep the injuries equal. Because if we talking injuries, we'll need to have a debate.
Giving AD a boost, so let's keep the shooting equal. Like, you know what I mean?
Like, no, that's a skill set. The injury is not a skill set, brother.
But the mindset. Give me the mindset of Giannis. That's my whole point. AD doesn't have that killer mindset.
Wait,
I'm done.
I can't. If we talking about a debate, I can't take the boy ain't got strong bones. I can't hold that. That's him and his mama DNA. I ain't got nothing to do with that, man.
He doesn't have a strong mindset. He doesn't have a strong mindset. He doesn't have a strong body.
Your bones and your mind two different. Your bones and your mind.
But even if he was healthy, he wouldn't have the mindset Giannis does. That's it. That's all I'm saying. He doesn't have the mindset. He doesn't have the Mamba mentality that Giannis does. And to me, that's what puts Giannis well above him.
Hey, this is our time, guys. We out here cussing, discussing the chat, man. You see what's gonna happen. It's gonna be rowdy, and body. We'll see y'all Monday. We out.